because I believe there's a grace for us to get out of debt. And Lindy and I have paid our house off twice, and now we got in debt again, and third time's a charm. There's a long story that's so cool about it, but the first one was tied to generosity and building funds. And my first job, I was working at a bank, and I was making $19,000 a year, and Lindy was working at Woodward Academy, making $13,000 a year. It tells you how old we were. Our teachers making $13,000. And the Lord had us lots of details, but get to the point of the Lord had us trying to be disciplined and live off my salary and save hers. And so we would, bring home $800 or $900 a month from her salary and try to save it. And we had just come into things of the Spirit. We were trying to find a church. And if, most good churches are growing. And if you're a growing church, you got a building fund. So everywhere we're going is having this building fund. And so we'd save a couple months, and we'd hear the Spirit of the Lord say, I want you to give $1,000 to the building fund. Well, it's like 1982 or something. It's like $1,000. Man, it's took us a couple months to save that. And it seemed like every time we'd get a few months ahead, we'd hear the Lord say, give $1,000 building fund. Give it. And it's different churches, too. Give $1,000 3 or 4 times. And then one day, we heard the Lord say, you've taken care of my house. I'm going to take care of yours. And a crazy few events happened. And at like age 30, we went to the savings and loan and tore up the mortgage and paid it off. It's a miracle. Like it's part of our inheritance as a church. Michael Edwards has on his phone a debt-free church and a debt-free people. Debt-free church and a debt-free people. And you'll get your files full of God's grace, testimonies, miracles happening. In the midst of it becomes part of your foundation. Forceful men lay hold of it. Becomes part of your constitution, your destiny, who you are. As you hear God's voice and run and obey when you hear it. And we create a company of believers. When you bring your friend 10 years from now and there's debt-free people in a debt-free church and the prophetic say, what do you need? What do you need? I need $3,000. Write you a check. That's exciting. That's the community. You can be a part of building this together where people will fly from the world to Hartsfield and say, what is going on there? What's happening? They're laying a foundation for the greatest wave of worship the world has ever known. What would 300 people who live kingdom mindset around money, those 300 turn into 1,000, 1,000 change their city?